Hello students, a very good morning to you. Today we will study about acquired immunity. In our last class we have studied about innate immunity and its type. And in innate immunity we saw how our body provides some natural barriers to protect the entry of microorganisms into our body. And in this topic, in acquired immunity, we will see that how our body creates antibodies against any disease causing microorganism. Clear students? So let's see what is acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is the immunity which we gain after our birth. Means when we face to any microorganism, then naturally our body creates some proteins and these proteins help us to eliminate that microorganism or fights with that microorganism and do not gets its entry into our body. So here in acquired immunity there are two type of responses we can see. One is your primary response and another is your secondary or anamnestic response. What is primary response? Primary response means when any microorganism enters into our body, at that time our body fights first time with that microorganism. Clear? When our body fights against any microorganism first time, this is called primary response. Means to show this type of response, the body have to be sensitive towards the microorganism. If we are not sensitive, then we cannot show the primary response and the microorganism may enter into our body, or after some days or after some times we may fall in such disease. Next is your secondary or anamnestic response. What is this response? This response is shown by body when that particular microorganism attacks our body second time. Means when the microorganism attacked first time, then our body remembers this. And when it again tries to enter into our body, then the cells of our body identifies that microorganism and get eliminated to those microorganisms and do not enter into the body. This type of response is called secondary response, or which we can say that anamnestic response. This will come in your board exams, the question that what is anamnestic response? Anamnestic response means secondary response or the response which is shown by our body second time when a particular microorganism tries to go into our body. Suppose for example, when we are suffering from chicken pox, then our body remembers this microorganism, and when second time again the chicken pox virus tries to enter our body, at that time our body creates an army protein which eliminates. Suppose it doesn't mean that we will not suffer from chicken pox again and again, but in those areas where chicken pox, suppose this is the area of our body and first time the chicken pox arise in these areas, but next time when again enters that microorganism, then these areas are sensitive towards the microorganisms and do not allow the entry. Next time the virus may grow in another area. So this type of response we can say as your secondary response. So how our body creates immunity against it or forms antibodies against it. So let's understand. As we know, one is your antigen and another is your antibody. Antigen and antibody. Antigen is something which enters into our body from outside. Clear? And antibody is something which produced by our body itself. So here different types of antibodies are present in our blood or in our body fluid. They are like IgA, IgD, IgE, IgG and IgM. In your NCERT book there is only 4 types of antibodies given. I am telling you about 5 types of antibodies: IgA, IgD, IgE, IgG and IgM. What does this Ig mean? Ig mean immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin, Ig. This is called antibodies. Antibodies produced in our body works as 2 types. So the antibodies produced in normally lymphatic cells As we know, there are two type of lymphatic cells or lymphoid cells. One is your B lymphocyte and another is your T lymphocyte. B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. So let's understand what is B lymphocyte and what is T lymphocyte. B lymphocyte gives us humoral immunity. Remember, B lymphocyte gives us humoral immunity, and it also produces the protein which fights against the microorganism. What is humoral immunity? Humoral immunity means memory based immunity, which I have already told you that when our body second time attacked by the same pathogen, then our body creates the anamnestic response against it. So this is called humoral immunity or memory based immunity. Then another is your T lymphocyte. T lymphocyte is called helper lymphocyte. Helper lymphocyte means it helps the B lymphocyte to form protein which fights against the microorganism, and the protein maybe we can say as that antibody. Clear? So here two type of lymphatic cells or lymphocytes. One is your B lymphocytes which gives us humoral immunity. Another is your T lymphocyte which gives us cell mediated immunity, which we will study in later. Let's see how does an antibody molecule looks. This is the Y-shaped structure. You can see in the diagram the Y-shaped structure is an antibody molecule, structure of an antibody molecule, in which the two heavy chains, the long chains are heavy and the short chains are light. So here two heavy chains and two light chains. We can say it as H2 and L2. They are bonded with each other by sulfur-sulfur double bond. They are bonded by each other with sulfur-sulfur double bond, or we can say as disulfide bonding. They combine with each other, means heavy chain and light chain are combined with disulfide bonding. This type of antibody is present in our body. As I have told you here that different type of antibodies are like IgA, IgD, IgE, IgG and IgM. All the function of these antibodies are of different. Suppose for example, if we take antibody IgA, immunoglobulin A, then what is its function in our body? This is found in the colostrum. Do you know what is colostrum? Colostrum is present in the early milk of mother. Means when an infant feeds on mother's milk during initial period or during lactational period, which is your 6 months of intentional lactational period, at that time the milk contains antibody IgA which provides passive immunity to the infant. As we know, when a child born, its immune system is not so much strong. So it needs some immunity from outside, and that immunity is given by the mother's milk. That's why we say that the infant must be take the mother's milk which provides immunity. Means mother's milk contains antibody IgA which provides immunity. Which immunity? That is your passive immunity. Clear? IgA present in colostrum, and colostrum is yellow colored fluid present in mother's milk during early lactational period. Early lactational period gives passive immunity. Next is your IgD. IgD is present in the placenta. Means when the infant is inside the mother's body, at that time also it may suffer from many infectious disease. So to fight against the disease or to increase the immunity, IgD is formed in the placenta, which provides immunity to the to the fetus which is attached with the placenta. Here another is IgE. This type of antibody is formed against allergic reactions. We will study about allergic reaction in our next topic. So you just remember that different type of antibodies do different functions in our body. So here the antibody molecule which I showed you through diagram. This is important, this may come in your exams. And already told you that how antibodies like B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes provide us immunity. B lymphocyte provide us humoral immunity, or which is called memory based immunity, and T lymphocyte helps in the cell mediated immunity. We will understand it in detail what is cell mediated immunity. Again, T lymphocyte has two other functions than providing cell immunity, cell mediated immunity. It has two other functions. One is, we can say it as killer lymphocyte, means it kills the microorganism. And helper, why it is called helper? Because B lymphocyte can itself produce antibodies, but T lymphocyte can help B lymphocyte to form the protein, and the protein will help in the elimination or fighting of that antibody. So here you can see the diagram again. Here is two heavy chains and two light chains. They are joined or held together by disulfide bonding. So next let's see what is cell mediated immunity. Cell mediated immunity means cell mediated immunity. Cell mediated immunity means when we have an organ transplantation. Organ transplantation means if someone's kidney get damaged, liver get damaged, heart get damaged, that person needs to be transplant of a healthy organ. In this case, what happens? The T lymphocytes helps as cell or gives cell mediated immunity. Means when we select other humans liver or kidney to implant in another human's body, then what happen? The T lymphocytes present in our body identifies and it eliminates the organ that is implanted from other human's body. Means at that case what happens? Gradually it stops providing T lymphocyte, this due to which the organ transplanted is get rejected, and after some days the person will die. Means what happens? Suppose my kidney is not properly functioning. I take kidney from any other person. Before I take the kidney for transplantation in my body, the blood group matching and tissue matching is done. Why blood group and tissue matching is done? If blood group and tissue matching is not done, then it can't be implanted in my body. In this case, blood group and tissue matching is most important. But after this, when that organ, other's kidney is transplanted in me, then what happen? It has some own T lymphocytes which gives that organ to immunity, and that works. Gradually when different parts of our body where lymphocytes are formed start circulating to different parts of the body. But the T lymphocyte has the ability to identify which is self cell and which is non-self cell, means which is its own and which is not its own. At that case, it identifies and do not supply the lymphocytes to that particular organ, means kidney. And the kidney that is implanted from other persons in our body, in my body, that will get rejected. That is called organ transplantation and organ rejection, or which we can say as graft rejection. As your grafting occurs, as you know, in case of plants grafting is done. So in case of human beings also some organs are grafted, but due to T lymphocyte it sometimes rejects the graft. That is called graft rejection. But here it provides cell mediated immunity, means gives immunity to different parts of the body where cells are present. That's why it is called cell mediated immunity. So you can understand better that B lymphocyte gives humoral immunity and T lymphocytes gives cell mediated immunity. Again, how it works, as I have told you, killer T lymphocyte. Suppose this is our body. Suppose this is our body. Let's think it as India. Our body is India, and in India, in the inside this T lymphocyte is present, and this is Pakistan. you will understand better. That's why I am giving example of India and Pakistan. Here India and here Pakistan. Pakistani terrorist tries to get enter into India, but they do not enter directly as B lymphocytes are present. Means border BSF, like BSF, B lymphocytes are present. So they will not allow the Pakistani terrorists to enter into our body, means into India. At that case, what happens? The terrorist tries to get inside the country through different way by hiding themselves. So when they enter into our body, or when the terrorists enter into India, first they go and kills the T lymphocyte. Why killing of T lymphocyte is necessary? Because if T lymphocyte will not present, then B lymphocyte can't be formed. That's why microorganisms does exactly. Microorganisms enter indirectly, either through nose, through mouth, through injured part, and get entry into our body and kills the T lymphocytes. And gradually, when all the T lymphocytes are finished, then the B lymphocyte has the proteins is finished, due to which it has no more ability to fight against any microorganism, and they also expire. And in this way, we will fall ill. Like the terrorists come inside India and kills the CRPF and other army force. Then here the BSF, means the B lymphocytes, fights till the weapons are present in them. And as T lymphocytes provide weapon to the B lymphocyte and there are no T lymphocytes, so B lymphocyte can't be effective. In this way, our body get affected from any disease like this. I think you understand this example. If you not understand this example, then you can clear your query. You can call me. I will explain you in better. So I think you all understand what is the difference between B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. Okay students, thank you.